from Los Angeles, I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning,
Jenny,
guys.
how are you?
Good morning. Good morning, Jenny. How are you doing today?
I'm great.
How was your weekend?
It was great.
Good job.
Did some skiing. Good time. That's it.
Tell me when.
How was your weekend?
You know, it was this good. How about them Cowboys? Yeah. Finally.
Yeah,
good
finally.
weekend.
Said
Ask the question.
Okay,
Here
that's all
we
we
go.
need. Got it out
How
of
are
the
you?
way.
We're good.
Let's do
You know,
this.
you look almost as good today as my Cowboys looked yesterday.
Whatever.
Oh,
like
whatever.
that.
That's
That's
good.
sharp.
We have a
Short-lived.
packed show on this
Enjoy
Monday to get
today.
through. How impressive was the Patriots' 34-13 win over the Bengals? And do the Eagles have a shot at stealing the division from the Cowboys? But first, we'll talk about those Cowboys who finally got that win yesterday. Dallas ran all over the Rams on their way to a 44-21 victory. Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard both had over 115 yards on the ground, which is the first time the Cowboys have ever had two players do that in the same game. Dak Prescott had an efficient 212 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. The Cowboys defense stifled the Rams, who only managed 22 yards on the ground. The win marks the first time the Cowboys have beaten a team with a winning record this season. They got it done. Shannon, on a scale of 1 to 10, how impressive was this win for the Cowboys?
I gave them a 9 because of the team that they beat. The Rams have been playing very, very well. And to do what they did against that ball club, it was very impressive, especially defensively. Defensively, the Rams have been playing better. We'll get to the offensive side of the football in a minute. But defensively, I thought they had started to play really, really well. And the Cowboys came out, and like you said, Jenny, this was the first time in the history of the Cowboys organization, they've had 2 guys to go over 100 yards in the same game. But it goes back to something
Over 150.
150.
Even more, yeah.
What goes back to something I've been preaching, and a lot of people have been preaching. It was their commitment to run the football.
Yep.
This is what they are. This is why they got Ezekiel Elliott. This is why they pay those high-dollar offensive linemen that money. Not to pass block, to run block. They broke the Rams' will. The same way, the same Rams that broke their will last year, Skip, you remember in the playoff game, when they ran for 273 in a playoff game, the Cowboys enacted revenge. They got their revenge back. They got their get back. And they dominated this game. This is what we know about the Cowboys. The Cowboys are a front-running team. Okay, they score, the Rams come back and make it 7-7, and the Cowboys score again. And when the Rams were unable to score, when the Cowboys got that ball and they marched 97 yards and put that ball in the end zone, that was the end of it. Because it was like, we can't do anything. We can't stop them from running. We can't generate enough pressure on Dak to cause him to be uncomfortable. And the Cowboys just ran away with the ball game from that point. That is the formula for the Cowboys to enjoy success. Okay. Zeke 1, Dak 2. And when they did what you said efficient, and that's what he was. He was very efficient. 15 of 23, 212, 2 touchdowns. When you can have a clean pocket and you can run the ball, I keep telling Skip Bayless, there's nothing wrong with Ezekiel Elliott. He's 2 yards right behind being the 4th leading rusher. Now, I don't know if he's going to be able to.
He's led the league in rushing 3 straight years. Go ahead.
Unless you're Jim Brown, who can only say, I led the league in rushing every year within the NFL except one. Nobody else. There are a lot of Hall of Fame backs.
Sure.
Tony Dorsett, Franco Harris, Eric Dickerson, Earl Campbell. None of them led the league in rushing every single year. So this notion that Skip Bayless says, because Zeke Elliott is not leading the league in rushing, he's a different guy, is being disingenuous. He's not a different guy.
Disingenuous?
Yes.
Being honest.
How about this? It's a flat-out lie.
Yeah. Well, now you're calling me a liar? I think it's my turn to go now.
No, it's my turn.
Well, I'm going to jump in.
No, you're not going to jump in.
I'm a liar about Zeke? And what have you seen from Zeke the whole year that looked like that? What game the whole year did you see look like that?
Did you see him against
Call me a liar?
Did you see Eagles?
He's gone 5 straight games without getting 100 yards. Are you kidding me?
Are you going to be finished?
Well, you can't call me a liar before you're finished.
Because Skip Bayless wants you to think that Zeke Elliott must run for 100 yards every game, lead the league, or he's not valuable.
How about 5 straight without 100?
Skip, this happened.
Lord have
So let me ask you a
mercy
question.
on my soul.
So just make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
Yeah.
Emmitt Smith has never had 5 games in which he's not rushed for 100 yards.
This is about Ezekiel Elliott, who led the league in rushing his first 3 years in a row and has not looked the same all year until game number 14.
So
14.
what did it look like against the Eagles?
Yeah.
What did it look like against the Eagles?
Just okay. Not like Zeke.
Skip, he had
Lost
22
his burst.
buck 11.
Yeah, guess who the other guy was? That guy you called Mike Pollard? Did you see a burst? Now that's a burst. That's what you call breakaway burst. You see that from Zeke this year?
Go ahead.
You do not.
Skip, Zeke has
He's
never
running in Cabo San.
Skip, let me ask you.
He got mad yesterday. He ran with a vengeance.
Okay.
He ran
Skip.
angry yesterday
Okay.
for the first time all year.
Okay.
Thank you,
Skip,
Zeke.
Skip. Name the time in the NFL, with the exception of the first 8 games of his career in the NFL, Zeke has shown you burst. He's shown you breakaway. He's shown you Christian McCaffrey. He's shown you Saquon Barkley.
Rookie year, a whole lot.
Skip, he had 5.
Second year, a whole lot.
No, he didn't.
No,
Skip.
he did.
No, he did not. No, he did not, Skip. He had 5 his rookie year, and he's had 4 runs of that length since then.
Did you see him at the Ohio State?
Skip, we're not talking about college. I said the
Yeah,
NFL.
we are. Yeah, we're talking about burst that you see with your own 2 eyes.
said in the
We're talking
NFL.
about 4.40 at the combine.
Go ahead,
You see
Skip.
4.4?
Go ahead,
No,
Skip.
you called me a liar. It's your turn. Go.
No, go ahead. No, you want
I
to.
was good. I was going to sit over and wait.
I said you're being disingenuous if you're saying Ezekiel Elliott is not a dominant back. He's 2 yards from being the 4th leading rusher in the NFL. I don't believe he'll catch Chubb. I don't believe he'll catch Derrick Henry. But he can finish as high as 3rd. But you say he gonna rush for 1,400 yards, and you're gonna say the guy's a bum.
I didn't say he was a bum. He's just not the same. Hasn't been until yesterday. That was the guy. Hadn't seen him all year. Thank you. Welcome back.
I've having played 14 years, having studied the game a lot. I've never seen a guy be great every single game. From Lawrence Taylor to Tom Brady to anybody. You're not great every game. It's a body of work, and his body of work says he's still a great back.
Well, having learned the game from Bill Walsh and Tom Landry and Don Shula, and I could go on, my eye test has been telling me all year, not the same. Got paid and was overpaid. That's what I've told you from the start. You say I'm lying about that? I'll take anything but call me disingenuous, which means I'm evading the truth.
So let me ask you a question. Was Don Shula, with Jimmy Johnson, with Bill Walsh, were they great coaches every single game?
Well, obviously not. It's
Okay,
just not
then.
the same guy. What do you mean, okay, then? That's just a silly question.
No, it's not, Skip.
Yeah,
because
they were always pretty great.
No.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. No, they were not, Skip. All I'm saying is that Ezekiel Elliott, Skip, is still a great back. He
Okay.
might not rush
I
for
hope he is.
150 yards.
I hope he is.
But you look at his body of work, it says
Okay.
that he is.
What else do you want to say?
I want you to go ahead.
Okay, my turn. On the impressive scale of 1 to 10 yesterday, I give my team a flat-out 10. And if I could give them an 11, I'd give them an 11 because I was pleasantly shocked by what I saw yesterday. It was a sight for the sorest eyes because speaking of eye tests, my eyes have been aching all year, all too long. And yesterday, I'll just show you how I felt at the end of that game yesterday. If we could see this video, it's actually a video of Jerry's box. And this is how I felt at the end of the game yesterday. If we could, maybe we don't have this. Oh, there it is. Yeah, thank you. That's how I felt. I was by myself in my room, high-fiving myself. That's what I felt like at the end of the game yesterday because it had been so long since I saw any of that.
Let that sink in. You celebrating your 7-7.
Okay.
And you thought they just won the Super Bowl. Let that sink in.
I think it's my turn.
Okay.
I think I was talking.
Okay.
You gave the floor up to me. And the point was, I was obviously not celebrating winning the NFC East. That is to be won next Sunday in Philadelphia.
Right.
And I've told you all year very long, I believe my team is better than the Eagles and will beat the Eagles. We'll talk about that in a moment. I was just celebrating yesterday the 44-21 fact that my team finally played up to the way I know they are capable of playing. That's what I've been saying all year. I wasn't impressed with what they did to the Eagles at Jerry World back in October because the Eagles aren't very good. This was the first time they looked like a team that wasn't a bunch of overpaid, overrated underachievers. That yesterday looked like a team that has more Pro Bowlers, now and former, than any other team in the NFL. Dallas has 15 Pro Bowlers on that roster who were current or former Pro Bowl players. Right. Nobody has 15 on their roster, but had we seen that all year long? Finally, we saw that yesterday. And what did I tell you was happening all week long last week? I said, finally, they're getting their noses rubbed in them in it to the point that they're going to be externally motivated. What I always tell you about Coach Clapp, he was great yesterday because he just kept clapping
how much credit he get
and
for that?
butt slapping, clapping and butt slapping. He gets no credit because he did exactly what he's done all year long.
Exactly.
And he needed external motivation. And how did he get it? Because I told you all week, the point spread was plunging. They opened as a 3.5 favorite at home over the Rams, and the bettors said, not on our watch are we going to do this because we're watching a bad football team. And it had been a bad football team. And so they bet it and they bet it and they bet it, and it was a historic drop in